When I was there at South Alameda Elementary, one afternoon, school was out. Teachers were all still around, and 2 or 3 of them came into the office agitated and said, "There's a terrible gathering of high school kids down on the adjacent park that was adjacent to the school grounds to the south of us. And looks to me like somebody might really get hurt down there," they said. "But see, I forgot completely who you are and where you are. There's a difference in being the superintendent at Hartner, at Elkhart, the college prop that the college kids know, the umpire in the town, etc., and the new teacher, the new principal at a small elementary school in a huge metropolitan area. Never gave it a thought. Should have called the police. Should have, would have, could have. Instead, I step out, look down, and see, there's obviously a heck of a fight going on down there. I'll just go down and break it up." So I go down, and I ease through the crowd, and my Lord, there must have been 200 kids down there. And they were taking sides and cheering on their choice of who ought to be the winner, I guess, or at least who shouldn't get hurt. And I ease on up in there where I can see, and my gosh, the one boy is down flat on the ground, the other guy is sitting on him, and it was a terrible thing to see, although it's certainly no worse than now what we see on screen when they have these extreme fights, which I think are sick. I certainly thought it was sick that the one kid is completely down. The other kid is sitting astraddle of him, and he just flat, just boom, boom, roundhouse. He was holding the guy's hands down with his left hand, and with his right hand, he was just hitting that kid over and over with his bare-knuckled fist right in the face. And I said, "Hey!" Well, I might as well have said, "Go!" I said, "Hey!" He looked up, and I told him, "Knock it off." Well, he started to swing again. I reached out and grabbed his hand, and I said, "When I tell you to stop, I mean stop." Well, I don't know who he thought it was, but he stood up, and holy mackerel! That guy was twice the man I was at that age, and he could have whipped me so easy at his age then and my age, ex-paratrooper or not. The other guy jumps up, and he starts to fight again. So I get between them. Well, they gave it up. Instead of me getting hurt, you know what? Bet they moved to the next park and head right back at it. Sad, sad, sad. But how lucky for me that they were gracious enough to let that old guy break up the fight. It was a pygmy compared. They were both big guys. Pretty decent crowd, too. If they had raised enough cane, they would have agitated their contestant fellows to do me in and get on with the fight. From a fast learner, you can believe I caught on right quick. Hey, there's a difference in being a city boy and dealing with city kids, and being a country boy who's well known in his job and dealing with kids that are, by comparison, country kids. And as I say, it saddens me very, very much to see that kind of fighting. Oh, I guess they've got a few rules. But to call that kind of fighting sport, you ought to be sentenced to, you ought to be dealt as harshly for that, or even more harshly than Michael Vick was when he lost his chance to play professional football because he was fighting dogs. And here we are fighting humans and making it a big business, lots of ads, lots of viewers, and so forth. Where have we put our common sense and our sense of decency? But that makes money. So must be all right. Somebody's getting rich over it. So what that a few people get their brains battered out and lose their health and die young? No big problem. They should have known better than to do it in the first place.